This video was brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make it with Squarespace. I am a YouTuber living and working in New York City, and you are probably thinking, what does that mean? What do I do? Where do I work? In this video, we're going to explore exactly what I do and where I work. So it's a question that I get asked a lot, but in 2018, it's pretty safe to say that most people know that you can have a career making videos online as a creator.
The influencer category is a $1 billion industry.
This is honestly what fuels my work. Coffee press for the win. Oh, it's hot. Very hot. I am incredibly thankful, and I've worked for years to make a living as a full-time YouTuber. And now for the big question. How does being a YouTuber actually work? Well, it's different for every creator. You know, there's no one defined answer to that question. YouTube itself pays by views via AdSense. I have a production company where I produce content for brands. And finally, I work very closely with select brands in paid partnerships. With that said, I spend the majority of my time planning, writing, filming, and editing videos. And I choose to base myself here in New York because it is one of the largest travel hubs in the whole world. And almost every major company has headquarters here. Given that I work freelance, I don't have a 9-to-5, there's a few places that I choose to work from. And I'm going to show you my day-to-day workflow and why each specific spot that I work from has its benefits.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
I have to say before we really dive into this video that most of the places that I'm about to show are more so geared towards freelancers, you know, people who aren't really working the 9-to-5. The first spot on my list is a staple for the New York freelancer. It is the coffee shop. The spot we're going to now is one of my favorite coffee spots in the whole city. The coffee shop is more or less the entry-level workspace for the New York City creative. You know, the costs are very low. A cup of coffee is about $2 to $3. There's free internet. Coffee shops in New York fill up very fast. My tip is to get there early, stake out your claim. The coffee shop is perfect for what I would like to call passive work, meaning I wouldn't go to a coffee shop and take on some big project. Mainly, I go to the coffee shop to edit photos, to work on video scripts, and to just sort of people watch. It's one of those places where you can always find inspiration just watching, you know, the streets of the city and the people and all the noises. The only drawback is the fact that they can get very, very crowded as the day goes on, which brings us to the next location that I work from. In this place right here, this is where I get the heavy duty work done. You've probably seen my apartment tour. You've probably seen all the videos I've made on this apartment. The kind of work that I do from home, that's the big jobs. Those are the big, heavy edits. I sit right here, let me zoom this out. I sit right here at my computer and I will spend some days 12, 13, 14 hours right here at this desk editing. Even though it's a beautiful day, we have to shut these windows. All distractions are gone, and now we are just in the edit filmmaking portal. When I'm working on those glossy travel videos, this is what my office looks like. It's pretty much an edit bay. But there always comes a time where you have to dress up and you need a place that is a bit more appropriate for business meetings. For my next space that I work from in the city, I am joined by my business partners, the one and only Mr. Mike Sheffer.
Hey!
And Manager Jared.
How you doing?
Go follow him on Instagram at Manager Jared.
As you can see behind these beautiful glass doors, we have 2 computers with monitors. We have 2 desks, 2 or 3 chairs, depending on how many people need to be in here.
There's endless coffee. You have the bottomless coffee cups here. Then you have these nice little tables if you want to take a call out in the kitchen area. The view out the window, just a nice New York City brownstone apartment. One big benefit from working in a co-working space is the fact that you have blazing internet. You have a printing station, copying station, basically all the amenities that you would have in a corporate office, but it's a bit more bespoke, a bit more low-key, a bit more startup world, which is great because there's people here that are mainly startups, and that's very inspiring to be in a space like that.
We also get mail here, and a big thing in New York City, which a lot of people may not realize, is that it's difficult to get mail if you're not home. If you don't have a doorman, you just can't get mail. Having a place, an office that you know your mail will be safe and secure is also a big benefit to having an office.
Another really cool feature of this co-working space is the fact that we have these little rooms that you can make phone calls. Tiny little private rooms. Jared's actually in one right now. Let's go.
This is a perfect campaign. I cannot wait to tell the guys about it. They're going to be very excited.
Another big positive for the co-working space is the fact that you have access to these massive conference rooms. You could have 5, 10, 15 people in this room. They are quiet, no one will disturb you. I mean, what do you think about this?
I mean, it's great. This is why we do it. This is where we have the big meetings.
If you are looking for that professional business setting, getting a co-working space would be your go-to bet. One of the only drawbacks that I can really find to a co-working space is the fact that it's kind of pricey. You know, you're paying rent. It's not a coffee shop. It's not free. You know, it's not your apartment rent, which is your cost of, you know, you're living there and working there. So it's an extra rent on top of your rent, which can add up. The last option for having a place to work in New York is actually having your own physical studio space. And I'm here with the one and only Sam Sheffer.
I make YouTube videos that are mostly focused on technology and exploring the world of tech. And then I also stream on Twitch pretty regularly.
Our content is very different, and I think that reflects in the spaces that we work. What is this space? What is this building?
This is the world famous 368 Broadway in downtown Manhattan. Casey Neistat works down the hall. The entire building is filled with creatives and artists. I literally only am in my apartment for sleeping these days. I get here, I spend the entire day here, make videos here, edit videos here, play video games here, have meetings here.
It is actually very interesting because I spend a lot of time working from home. I was actually thinking about this. There's some days when I'm editing videos where I don't leave my apartment, where I'm just working from home, and you were saying that you're only at your apartment to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like hearing that, I'm kind of envious that Sam has a place that he can just come to and solely create. As a creative in New York, having your own space to make things is the pinnacle of, I guess, making it as a creator. So you're very lucky to have a space like this. It's very dope.
I agree.
And with that, you want to give us a little tour of it?
Yeah, let's do it. I love giving tours. This is the spot right here. There's some other human beings in here right now, but the most important human being in here besides me and Eric is Patrick back there. Patrick works for Casey. Patrick and I share the space, so we're in here together every single day. I actually rent this space from Casey, who, like I said, is down the hall. He kind of one day was just like, hey, you wanna rent the space for me? I don't really use it. So when I got here, this was pretty much built all the way out. Like, the chair was in here, the desk was in here, these like fake plants were in here, the lights in the windows were in here, the loft was in here, everything was totally built out. So I moved in, and slowly but surely all of my gear moved in with me. And now it looks like this. So being that this is Casey's annex, he's got a bunch of stuff stored up there, all sorts of props and just like weird random Casey things up there. And then on the shelves above is various gears. There's actually some Bitcoin miners
To Sam, show him some love.
I'll see you there.
As you can see, what I essentially do is run a business. And in 2018, a very important part of having a business is having a great website. Squarespace is the best place to build a website, and they have award-winning 24/7 customer support. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform, meaning there's nothing to patch, nothing to upgrade ever. It's simple to set up or transfer your domain with Squarespace. Head on over to squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Eric to save 10% off your first purchase. And with that, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below ideas for more New York City content. While I'm home in the city, I want to really make videos about life in the city, apartment tours. I know you guys liked that last one with Sirhan. And with that, I will see you in the next video. So until then, as always, remember to smile more, worry less, and live your passion.